I'm standing here with Ben Moller on his farm north of Nata in Botswana. This area was a test site for a drill platform that was put up to look for coal bed methane.
Yeah, the rig, well, obviously was over the hole here. Then the wastewater, most of the wastewater went out there because it's lower there. At that point of time when it came out, the grass actually died. It's poisonous, the water that came out there.
There are 30 to 60,000 elephants that range through this area. It is the largest population of elephants left in Africa. Wildlife supporters like Ben Moller provide water points to these elephants. In a country where water is already a scarce resource, he is concerned that if large-scale gas extraction goes ahead, the lives of these great beasts are in peril.
There's elephants bank on these boreholes from us throughout up to Chovy. If it happens that those boreholes get contaminated through prospecting here in this area, it'll be a huge, huge disaster for the area. I just hope it never happens in my life.
Water is not a resource that is overly abundant in Botswana as a whole, more especially within an area such as the Central Kalahari Game Reserve.
Saran Junner is one of a team of lawyers who successfully defended the San Bushman people's right to occupy their traditional lands in Botswana's Central Kalahari Game Reserve in the longest-running court case in the country's history. She was surprised to see the prospecting map showing that half of the Central Kalahari Game Reserve has been leased out to gas companies, including areas the San Bushmen have won the right to return to.
But if you take a certain group of people, the indigenous people of Botswana, like the Central Kalahari Game Reserve Bushmen, are going to be much, much affected, as that is going to affect their way of life, because they are hunters, they are gatherers. So if you extract that from them, then you kill their culture, you killed what they are themselves.
In the hot, dry deserts of southern Africa, clean water is an invaluable and precious resource to the people, plants, and animals that live here. When Botswana started considering gas exploration, industry press releases were saying that the wastewater pulled out of the coal seam could be used by local communities. There was a talk by the government that they were going to provide the water to communities.
That's another option as well,
yeah.
And that's a really good one actually, and I'm glad that you brought up that water one, because one of the big things with CBM is you produce water, and the thing is what do you do with that water? So really what you want to do is turn it into a revenue stream of some sort, if you're thinking from a business sense, or it's a contribution to the local community.
They call it produced water. You could just as easily call it poisoned water. It's toxic as hell. It would kill you. If you drank any quantity of it, it'll kill birds, it'll kill human beings, it'll kill cattle. So this is poisonous stuff.
We went to investigate the gas developments in Botswana, cutting across the country through many of the places where the map showed that drilling licenses have been issued. We found huge frack pits like these waiting to be filled. Near the Kama Rhino Reserve, we found an energy company already hard at work with these American drilling and fracking trucks at their man camp in the deep Botswana bush. Where I come from in Colorado, one of the effects of large-scale CBM, coal bed methane extraction, is that the groundwater table is actually lowered, sometimes by dozens or hundreds of feet. Here in the deserts of Africa, that could mean the difference between a community having access to water today and not having access tomorrow.
In terms of a CBM commercial development on a large scale, you're looking at thousands of gas wells. So you may have over, maybe a 3,000 square kilometre area, you might be running 2,500 gas wells at any one time.
This is what a similar gas development looks like in Colorado. Ben thinks that this is bad news for the wildlife he feels responsible for.
In the dry seasons, we've got a huge problem to have enough water for our elephants. We bring water from a borehole not so far from us. But we're using anything between 20 and 30 to 35,000 liters a day
For the elephant.
for the elephant.
Let's imagine if we talk about the United States, which everyone knows that when you talk about the United States, everything, technology, everything is very high there. But look at our country. It's still a developing country. So if you bring gas companies like this, and if they've did bad things into the United States, what about Botswana? Yeah, what will happen here? That means that it's going to be a mess.